Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. We're counting down until WWE's Money in the Bank pay-per-view on Sunday. I know that TNA has made the mistake of running pay-per-views on Mother's Day before, and I've been negative on them. Honestly, yesterday was the day that I really just put two and two together when I was called and I was invited over to a Father's Day dinner. That I guess is going to be thrown in my honor, I guess. But that Sunday was Money in the Bank as well as Father's Day, and I don't know. That sort of rubs me off the wrong way. I was planning on watching Money in the Bank, but now at this time it looks like I'm going to be going to dinner and then coming home, and then I have to work early in the morning on Monday. So I don't even know if I'm going to get a chance to watch Money in the Bank before I have a chance to watch Monday Night Raw on Monday, or maybe I'll be watching Money in the Bank as Monday Night Raw is on, and then just finding out what was on Raw the next day. It's no secret to the fact that I think I am slipping as a wrestling fan. I'm finding more things in my life that are more valuable than wrestling. There are, you look at this pay-per-view, it really is dynamite, out of the park. We talked about the Money in the Bank ladder match yesterday. It was Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. You can say what you want to about Roman. I'm pro-Roman. I think that he is the guy that, maybe he shouldn't be carrying the load as of right now because of the negative attention they have on him. Maybe they should give in and go with this sort of double heel turn and make Roman into a heel and see if that gets some people behind him before turning him back and then going with the monster babyface push and making the guy the John Cena or the Hulk Hogan of WWE, because what they're doing right now isn't working. Even though this guy is delivering match after match, the Triple H match at Mania was great. Both AJ Styles matches were really good. The guy can deliver. He's been delivering for a while as a singles, as a tag team guy, as a three-way guy, or I guess that'd be a six-way guy. But he's been knocking them out of the park. He just doesn't have the fans behind him as a babyface. So I think that match is going to be really good, as well as AJ Styles versus John Cena, which is really being poured on as being a big WrestleMania-like dream match. They're really pouring a lot into the AJ versus Cena match, trying to make this into a big ordeal. Of course, John Cena was the guy in WWE. AJ Styles was the guy of TNA. And, for, the longest time, when you put together dream cards of TNA versus WWE, like when they were trying to do the Monday Night Wars over again back in 2010 when Spike moved TNA Impact to Monday, some people might have paired up AJ versus Cena and seen, where they go from there. But I think this is going to be a Dynamite-style match. On Monday, they set this up with the contract signing. Cena basically called out AJ Styles to get into his gut, basically telling him, hey, if we're going to have a fair fight, you better make sure that your boys aren't out there. Because if your boys come out there, you'll probably win. But it'll probably tarnish our first match. And everyone will always remember that you had to have your guys come out and help you in order for you to get the win. When I've been negative on this match is the fact that it seems like in every John Cena feud that we've ever seen, Cena loses the first match due to some sort of interference, like when he lost to Rusev. Lana came in the ring, distracted him with the shoe, I believe, or the boa, and Cena was trying to get her out of the ring, and Rusev came from behind. He either super kicked him in the nuts or he super kicked him in the back of the head. I can't really remember. Trying to remember if Bray Wyatt actually got a win on Cena or not, but through the history of time, you can look through about every John Cena feud, and they build the story around Cena loses the first one, and then it's always, has Cena slipped? Is he not going to be able to get it done? Bray actually won the second one. He won at Extreme Rules in that cage match where Rowan and Harper were on the outside, and Cena was too scared to jump down because the guys were there. All he had to do was jump down onto Rowan, and he would have taken him out, and he would have been fine. But the little kid came up with the sheep mask, that's right. But I don't know. Honestly, in this one, I think that AJ is going to win. People are, really trying to see what's going on with this Balor Club idea. For the longest time, we were sort of looking at the club coming together of AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Machine Gun Carl Anderson, noticing that they didn't have any merch come out with them. There are a lot of fans for these guys, and I'm really behind them. I don't know if I want to buy a shirt, if I want to buy a hat, if I want to buy a bandana, whatever it is. But WWE should be getting behind them. But for some reason, there is no merchandise, and for the longest time, I was thinking that the reason was because Finn Balor would come. Finn Balor would take out AJ Styles, and it would then become the Balor Club of Finn Balor. You would have Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows with him, and then it would go on to be Balor versus AJ to have another style of dream match that you've been waiting to see for years of what would happen if these two guys got together. But as of right now, it sort of looks like the long-term direction is go with the club. AJ, Luke Gallows, Machine Gun Carl Anderson. If you watched NXT last night, Finn Balor challenged Nakamura, basically saying that NXT is the place that he wants to be. It's the place that he made. He might have lost to Samoa Joe in the steel cage match at TakeOver, but that doesn't mean he's ready to pack his bags and he's ready to leave. He wants to have one more knock it out of the park NXT TakeOver from Brooklyn 2. And I think that match is going to be fucking awesome. I mean, if you missed that match, I don't know what to say, man. I was going to say that you're not a wrestling fan, but I mean, there's no way that anybody's not going to watch that on that TakeOver special, or at least watch it on the network on demand. And even that's the only show you watch on that, or the only match you watch on that show, it's going to be dynamite. So maybe the club is long-term. You would think that they're pairing up AJ and John Cena, unless these guys are going to get split up by the brand split and they're just trying to knock one match out of there, but why they have a chance in case anything happens where AJ's contract runs out and he doesn't re-sign and he goes back to New Japan or something like that, that they got the match before it was over. Anything could really happen. AJ could be on Raw, Cena could be on SmackDown, or the other way around, and then we only get this match one time. But I'm really thinking that this is going to be a match that we're going to see 3 times, maybe even 4 times over the summer, and lots of theatrics will happen to make you care about this along the way. Whether that means Finn Balor shows up, I'm not sure, but I don't think that it's going to be the club or Finn Balor or anybody getting into this match. I think for the most part, WWE is treating this as a dream match, and they're going to want to knock it out of the park as a dream match. We've seen a few things where AJ Styles versus John Cena are wrestling on house shows. They wrestled on the dark match on Raw. They're going to make sure that they go out there and they deliver a match that's really going to knock it out of the park, because they're really treating Money in the Bank like it's a big show, and I think it's going to be. But I'll take AJ for the win. I think it's going to happen.